Hello, welcome to another Talos Principle 2 playthrough stream. This is part 2 of why is my monitor or my camera so dark? Huh. That's odd. I mean, all the lights are on my... Huh. Well, I guess it's going to be a dark stream. Let me check something here. Let's say properties. Yeah, if I do this. No, that looks even worse. It's like it's... Yeah, you're seeing now the... Yeah, that is bizarre. I wish I would have noticed that before I started the stream. Otherwise, I would have... Yeah, we don't want to do that. that made it completely go away. I'm just playing with settings now. None of these seem to help. Well, okay, fine. I guess we're just going with, yeah, we're just capturing audio. I mean, if the game seems fine, then that's what matters, but I don't understand why it suddenly went so dark. That is really, really bizarre. So, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I don't like it. It's going to bug me. But is what it is. Okay, so we're just going to play. I'm going to be in a little bit of a dark mode here. I'm probably going to have to reset some settings later and figure out why the camera is looking as dim as it is. Nothing changed. Again, nothing changed at all. So I don't know why it's like I usually have that light and then that light behind it. Let me try one thing just to see if I can temporarily brighten it. I mean, it helps. I don't like having all these bright lights in my room, but it is what it is. So you gotta go with what you got, right? So that's what we're gonna do tonight. All right, play. Continue. So we got past all the communication on the main part of the game. You have anything to say? No. And so now we're supposed to explore. We're supposed to look around here, see what there is to see. Ooh, look at this.
This underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Define schematics. Got it. I mean, you look at something like this, and I would just be like, whoa. Very Keanu Reeves, whoa. But look at that. That is just gorgeous. That is just beautiful. This game just knocks it out of the park. It is done so well. I cannot glaze over this game hard enough. And of course, I'm going to say all this, and then I'm going to get some random glitch that like crashes the game completely.
Hey, 1K, check out these coordinates.
Okay. Coming. I think it means what's on my HUD. Old power battery. Transformer. Oh, would you look at that? Ah, that's where our helicopter is. Okay.
This seems different from the other structures. Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
Yeah, go in there, 1K. Whoa. I vaguely remember this stuff, but I don't quite remember exactly everything in the game.
Looks like they were running some sort of experiment here.
Red, blue, and green. Can I get in the box like a cat? I wonder if somebody has figured out what their language, how to read it. You know, with the dots and stuff. I know you're supposed to put your hand there, but red and blue make green. Blue and green make red. Because of reasons. Green and red make blue. Every artist is freaking out right now. Connecting. Talos Principle 2A. On the universe. Fragment from Stratton's on the universe. I grant you then that man is indeed like Talos and cannot escape his material nature despite the claims of metaphysics, as you have said many times. Too many perhaps. Repetition is mother teaching, at least when the students are hard-headed. But what does this tell us? But what does this tell us about the nature of the universe, which is what we were discussing? That is the next question we must undertake the answer. We begin with the self, because that is what determines our existence as individuals. But the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it. The citizen lives within the city, and the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply the principle we have discovered to the wider world and ask, if man is like a machine, could it be that the universe is similar in nature? And if so, what follows from that fact? Footnotes. The use of the term metaphysics in this context is likely an error introduced in the Trezibond manuscript. Planetary Heracloin manuscript controversially uses superstitions instead. Blah, 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 blah. Testing failed. Power grid is too unstable. Sending schematic to Melville because she needs it.
Thanks, 1K. let's see what we've got here. The file format is the same one we use in New Jerusalem, although some parts aren't loading correctly. And it crashed. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, you know what? I'll hack together a solution for the transport system.
Return to the station. Yep, I will. But I want to look around a little bit more. I want to explore a little bit more. Refreshing interface, done. Because again, we can't get too wet here. We got to be a little careful here. In this game, there's 12 extra things that you can find. And I remember that the last time I played this game, and so you have to be a little observant as you're going down and doing everything. See, like there it is. So you eventually want to get in there. Now, I don't know if we can actually... I don't want to go looking all over the place yet because this, I don't think you can get on top of there just yet. Or at all. And you definitely don't want to go, ah! Because that would suck. That would not be a good time. Come on, you could climb up that. See? So eventually we want to get there. But I do want to get to some puzzle solving. So that's the door that we found. And then there's this. You know, when people say that they've never...
Sort of looks like a temple.
It does. Very astute observation. Let's go take a look. You're right. Definitely looks like a temple. Too bad we can't do anything with it right now. Oh, come on. You can make that jump. Yump it. Oh, fine. Whatever. Let's just look around. Let's see what we can see. I can't remember how far you can look around here. And what is actually... I think if you start going down that way, you get de-resed. There might be a way to get up on this thing. I'm not sure. Offhand, I don't know. And I think I did the same thing when I played it the first time. It's like, what we gotta do here? What do we gotta do? Like, to get up there. Because you see all these buildings and structures and everything. You're like, well, there's gotta be a way to get up on that. But I don't think you can do that now. Okay, so let's just... come over yonder. I really wonder where they're going to go with the third game. Oh, here we go. Hello.
Am I in sleep mode, or did that thing just materialize out of thin air?
Melville, I want an analysis of that particle cloud.
On it. Anyone got a butterfly net?
The voice acting is pretty good. They give the characters distinction. You know, like Melville is, you know, kind of that gruff engineer, but you know, she can respect you if she thinks you're worth it and stuff like that. Oh well, I guess we have to go down that structure. You'd think somebody would have noticed this being built. But that's the fun of games. You don't necessarily have to. That's kind of a weird. I was watching some of
Go ahead
the
and try the capsule, 1K.
like Chinese robotic Olympics or whatever they had. And it's, on the one hand, it's really impressive as to what
I'm
can be.
connecting the transport system to our interface. Hold on.
Okay, so travel to East 1. Astronomical temple. I think that's how you say it. Wasn't entirely sure what to call this. It looked like a temple and sort of astronomy themed. God, I can't talk. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I do that. It doesn't seem to be active in any way, but I can't help think that the design implies some kind of significance, like it's hiding a secret. But again, maybe my imagination is getting the better of me. I wonder what it looks like. Greek. I wonder what it says. So those are all the conversations. Yep. Okay. Wait. No, go back in it. Oh, that's right. I got to use the map to say go here. Whee!
Where is the capsule taking 1K?
To that enclosed area in the eastern lowlands. I put all the information we have on the map screen. Check out your interface.
Thanks. Sorry, my bad.
We'll catch up with you soon, 1K.
This place is magnificent. Look at that tower. I wonder what it's for.
I don't know. Only one way to find out. Gotta explore the studio space. Yeah, you go down there eventually. Oh, this is all coming back to me. Love it. Absolutely. I was watching, there's some game thing today on. And I was watching some of the reveals. Quite honestly, a lot of the games, I'm just like, not my thing, not my shtick. So I kind of went, whatever. But they didn't have a new trailer of Alien Isolation 2, which wasn't a surprise because the small trailer that they showed you was like a couple months ago or earlier this year, was really just like the real brief beginning of the game. And frankly, I don't want to see everything. You know, I don't want to see the more of the game. I really, really want to be kind of surprised and at what's unexpected, you know, that type of thing. Frogs! Not like I have an interest in frogs. I was just like, frogs, they're hopping everywhere. I mean, you need this kind of stuff for a game to look convincing-ish and real-ish. You know, but somebody put all this work into all this foliage and plants and stuff like that, and you're just running around completely ignoring it. I feel kind of bad doing that. Like, I should really be looking at everything, because it's like, you know, artists, people put in the work to design all this, and it's kind of cool. Like, what is that? Why is that? How is that? Two. There's a two. Why is there two? Two. Okay. Time to be of solving puzzles. I don't think you're going to see the QR codes around here anymore, because in the first game they're there because other people or entities are walking around. Reconnection.
Is that a puzzle?
Why would there be a puzzle?
Let's solve it and find out. 1K, go ahead.
I have a reoccurring nightmare just like this.
Because y'all... Okay, so we select this and this to that. Oh, look, I'm kind of a... I guess we can just select that to that. Really? Why you no worky like that? Okay, so I am missing something. If we do green and red, that gives us blue. So why would we do that? Okay, so that's not how this thing works. I know it takes two colors and converts them. So we need a red there. I'll give you green. Oh, okay. So now we take this. There we go. Took brainy second to work.
Whoa, I'm reading an enormous energy spike.
It's another particle cloud.
It's headed for the lake.
What does this do? Prometheus terminal. This fire's already been
I
freed.
think the cloud's been absorbed by some sort of device.
Fascinating. Melville?
Yeah. I'll add it to the pile of weird stuff.
RGB shifting. Okay, well, to get the block, we're going to need a blue. So let's take you. Green and red make blue. We can take you and put you here for now. Okay. Take that. Now I need blue and green. Take that. No. Put you here. And you go there. And now we grab this, and now we need this and this and that thing. New interface content available. Where are you going? There wasn't a number 1 here, though. There wasn't like a number to this puzzle. Oh, yeah, there was. Okay, let's, Curious, anybody actually met 1K by the Founders Pistons? Desperately need more people to keep the city functional. Hey, remember you fixed the door to the mayor's office? How long is Herman stuck in there? You trap one mayor's office and you're marked for life. Well, you know about sheeps. I won't do the joke just yet. Hope he's an artist. Prison poor 1K and a cage of expectations. I will find my own path. Yeah. Okay.
I've been playing around with this machine that absorbs the particle clouds. As far as I can tell, it uses the energy of the particles to build giant tetrominos?
Excuse me?
It's another puzzle. Collect enough energy, build a bridge, access the tower. I think.
What is this, a theme park?
Maybe it's an experiment. A rat maze.
It seems like an echo of the simulation. Not a deliberate recreation, but built around the same core principles. Let's not jump to conclusions, though. What's clear is that this place was meant to be explored. So let's do that.
New interface content. Research. Bridge ring. Not sure what to call this bridge ring? Bridge machine? Anyway, it's a device that takes particle clouds released by the puzzles and turns them into bridges made out of tetrominos. Correctly assembling a bridge out of 8 particle clouds is required to reach the tower, so clearly another layer of puzzles. The simulation had tetromino puzzles too, although in a different form. Could their presence here be symbolic? I don't have a clue. Yeah, we've read those. Okay, cool. You know, or we could just fly over there. It's a thought, just throwing that out there. Okay, so 3, 4, ring, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, you want to talk? Huh? Let's talk.
going, Kay? How can I help you? Oh, no. Please. No puzzles. I am so bad at puzzles. I barely got out of the booting process. Elohim thought I might be defective. It might be this. Although there was an expedition to a superconductor storage facility up north, incredibly well preserved, but the logistics were an absolute nightmare. Now that I think about it, there might be some of that in you. Our ancestors built some pretty amazing things. Huge cities, factories, mines, monuments to their history, but nothing quite like this, no. I don't know if there's much to tell. I'm not that interesting. I'm just a member of the scavenging team. Well, senior member, lead scavenger, I guess. There's not that many of us left, to be honest, and Garrus doesn't get along with the mayor. What else? I have a cat named Bruce.
Hey, you got a cat?
I like old music. I have a collection of antique bottles. I think that's it.
Why'd you come a scavenger?
I've always loved exploration, seeing new places, that feeling that you're the first person to set foot somewhere after all this time. But you know, it's not even that. It's just seeing new things. The world is full of remarkable sights, and experiencing them changes you. It's not the same as just reading about it.
Although reading is good. Yeah, I'd say that, sure.
Exactly. Every time I go on another mission, I find something that surprises me, that extends my horizons in ways I couldn't have anticipated. The world is so much bigger than we are. It contains things that we can't even imagine. And if we limit ourselves to our own minds, we'll never grow.
Yeah, tell me about your cat.
He's 5 years old, half goofball, half psychopath, loves sticking his head into things, chews cables, pees on electrical stuff. Melville banned him from her workshop, but he loves visiting her and peeing on her equipment.
Why do you collect bottles?
I just find it fascinating that these fragile objects have survived for so long. Plus, they're kind of pretty.
Okay, let's go off and solve some puzzles. Some puzzles. These like artist things, they're kind of weird and cool and interesting. Yeah, I think you do have to like go off to these things eventually. You know, games, sometimes they just scratch an itch, just like Control did, and this is absolutely no exception. Anya. Don't know. I do think there are some puzzles outside the puzzles. We got to be a little careful of not missing those. Okay, I forgot what they just called this, but we have a red. Oh, okay, so we can pick this up. What does that give us? It gives us... So there's a red and there is a green. That would give us blue. Okay, so we'll take that. Select that. So that gives us this. And now we need a... Okay, we need a red, and that means green and blue. But we need to keep it open. So if we did this and this to that, that would work, except it won't. We don't need this open anymore, but we do need... Oh, wait a minute. Let's move it over. Okay, now let's take this. We're going to need the green and the blue to make red. Except we got to take this. No. Take it. Select. 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 There we go. Now we're thinking in portals.
Keep solving these, 1K. Let's see where it leads.
It leads to tetrominos. Did you not know that? New interface available. Puzzles. Seems that each of the structures on the island, with the exception of the megastructure itself, is surrounded by cluster puzzles resembling those found in the simulation and in our booting sequence. Completing a puzzle releases a particle cloud, which then autonomously flies into the device that assembles tetrominos. The puzzles even come with titles, hijacking the vestigial code designed to display puzzle names in the simulation. It's unclear whether this represents a potential security issue, but the matter should be given consideration. I agree. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit.
I ran the samples I collected so far. The soil sample results are in line with what would be expected in this type of environment. The samples from the above-ground structures, though, I tried dating them, but the results just don't make sense. None of the typical molecular markers are present. These walls could have been made 10,000 years ago or yesterday. I could try to estimate an age based on erosion and plant growth, but I'm not sure that would make sense given how weird everything else is.
Good work, Yakut. Keep at it.
Kakut. Balut. Yeah, I forgot about this. There are special puzzles. Elevation.
It's strange that some of these puzzles seem disconnected from the rest.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's all unfinished.
Or still evolving.
Some of the puzzles seem disconnected from the rest. Still functional. Can be used to power the bridge device, which means it should be possible to reach the tower without solving every main puzzle. They don't seem to be properly integrated. Could they be remnants from a previous iteration of the design? I don't know. But let's have fun solving. Okay, so... Okay. So what does that give us? So we could plug that into there, but we only have a red right now, right? No, we do have a blue. But the problem is that the blue... Like, we can't bring the... Okay, so that does connect that way. Okay. I didn't know if it would actually get through the whole, Okay, so we can take you out now. Okay, so now we can take this. Oh, wait. Oops. Double oops. Well, oh, let me try this. Let me put this here. Keep. Okay, so now can I take the box? Yes, no. Now I can take this. And I should be able to drop that, and it stays. Yep. There we go.
We're making good progress.
Thank you, Alcatraz. That's an odd name. Have you ever thought about why you call yourself Alcatraz? Refreshing interface. Incredible structure. There's an ambition expressed by this building, a sense of purpose that I find really admirable. It's big, but it's also intricate, detailed. That feels like a statement. We should explore this building as soon as possible. Yet I'm getting to it. Permission to share your personal data. Doge, we met in New Jerusalem, if you remember. They have some questions. You can set to my gathering and sharing your personal data. Wait, what am I signing up for? Look, my friends just want some assurance that you're the right kind of person. If you want to know what's really going on, you have to play along. You can back out any time, but you don't engage with the process. See, I don't like either option. I don't want to consent. Your choices matter in this world. You'll know about it. It's something built in. When you face a dilemma and both options look good, then for sure you'll miss out something. But trust your gut and you can't go wrong. This right now is not one of those dilemmas. You come along for the ride. That's my advice. Look, go away. I just got weird vibes, and I'm going to stick with my weird vibes, telling me to trust in the vibing of the weirdness. What's this? What's this? Yeah, I remember those things. Interesting that you see trees cut down around here.
Golden gates. I wonder what's behind those. Has to be something special, right?
You know what would be special? An explanation.
Additional set of puzzles protected by golden gates. It can't be accessed yet, assuming there's some kind of logical pattern to all this. Those gates will probably open up once the correct conditions are met. Does that mean solving all the other puzzles or maybe something else as well? Hard to know at this point, so perhaps something we should prioritize much later. Or we spend years contemplating about it right now. I like that option. Okay, so we did 3. Is this 4? Oh, this is 4. Okay. Alternative option. So the goal is to get green. That turns on the fan. Well, I think the option is quite obvious here. Well, right. Oh, so I can float up like that. Where'd the block go? Okay. Okay, fine. That's fine. We'll switch you off. Take you. Put you there. Keep the connections. Connect. Not too shabby.
I have good news and I have bad news. Still no idea what those particle clouds are, but I've managed to fix the transport system. I mean, I fixed another bit of it. Well, it goes to one more station now. Don't complain. 2 stations are better than none. Sarcasm. Famously helpful. Why did we bring you along again? Well, knock it off before I switch it off.
Let's stay focused. We're in unfamiliar territory. We can't afford to get distracted.
Al's right. Yakut, what does the next site look like?
It's a plateau in the mountains. Seems like more of an open area with scattered structures, less enclosed. Couldn't tell much from the drone feed. There's a lot of trees. Looks pretty though.
Okay. Keep exploring, everyone, but stay alert.
Got it. Okay, so that's half the puzzle solved. Let's go to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry. Donk. But I want to press button. Trevor, Percival Donovan, known to his friends simply as Trev, never as Percy, was part of the extended lifespan project to form the backbone of the simulation in the archive. He helped put together the hardware that made all of us possible. Like Alexandria Drennan, he left behind a series of messages to the future. But unlike Alexandra Drennan or Arkady Chernevsky, he was forgotten. Now, one building or street in New Jerusalem is named after him. I dug up his files from the archive, and I've been thinking about them a lot. Well, what did that do?
So I heard that Alexandra is recording these time capsules for you out there, I guess? Robot people of the future, hi. And I thought to myself, surely they'll want to hear more than the wisdom and insight of a brilliant scientist like Alexandra Drennan. Surely they also want to know what I was thinking, a dumbass hardware engineer from Staten Island. Tell us about your insights, Trevor. Why did you spend your last months on Earth helping a crazy old Russian guy build the world's biggest backup drive? Well, let me tell you my story. When I went... Yeah. Yes, Frank. I'm recording right now. Uh-huh.
I'm streaming.
No. You know what? Why don't you go...
Through the door. Why don't you what? Hmm. So how is that being... Oh, this is... Okay. So what is the goal here? We want to get to that. So we're going to need green. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, we can take that. Come here. Oh. Oh. We're going to need... We're going to need it, like, over... Well, we're going to need this red, and then we're going to need the blue. So we're going to need to get the blue over here somehow. By the way, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Give a like if you wouldn't mind. I would appreciate it. Actually, I heard today that Control might still be coming out in late September, so I'm not going to rush this game, but... Okay, so we don't have to do anything with this anymore. This is... not needed. Could we... Could we do this? Okay. Ah, right, because we don't need to jam this anymore. So we can just, if we can get this far enough. Yep, doink. Doink, doink. All right. City. We're up to date, but I don't know. Projection interview with one case suggested a projection could be the work of someone outside New Jerusalem. Assessment appears to be correct. Source of projection was tracked to remote mysterious island. Team led by Breyer is en route. Mayor Hermanibus once again called for calm. Promised that New Jerusalem will be safe. Citizens do not forget the ideals of the goals set forth by the founder. The founder's good. The founder's great. Hi. What? You making your measurements and... Okay, so... Six, seven, eight. God, I can imagine I played this game where I was literally like walking the whole time. What was wrong with me? Six, seven, eight. 6, 7, 7, 8. What is that? It's like a flower. Alternatives. Alternatively, you don't have to play this game. Okay, so so this and this will give green, so we can do okay. And now we need a red there. Actually, can we? I think that might help to move those things out of the way. Maybe. Maybe what we need to do is move over here. No, that's... we need blue. So blue is this and this. And now we need red, that's green. Good old ladders. the ladder of failure. Well, this is giving blue. Oh, we need green. We need this. How do we get red here? We need blue and we need green. And we gotta have the door open, so we definitely need red there. Does that help out at all? Because now we could grab from these two. And now we can do green, blue. There we go. Little owls. I've never noticed that before. Huh. I like
Now,
owls.
Bill, what did you just upload?
A photo?
I mean, technically you're right, but
Is that? I can't tell what that is.
how did you even manage? You're literally taking a picture with your eyes, Melville. I don't even know how to make my eyes go out of focus.
Clearly, you've never listened to one of Herman's speeches.
Some of us are busy doing actual science, not just sightseeing. Thank you.
What are you talking about? Okay. Ah, okay, that's what. Okay, so now we need 7. These are vaguely coming back to me. Self-sufficiency. All right, so we need to get... And where are we trying to go? Whoops. Okay, so to turn that on, we're going to need red. And we don't have red. We just have green and we have blue. And I'm assuming we're going to want this here. And we're going to want to connect it to that. No. So we need it to be blue. And how do we get it to be blue? It really doesn't help much, does it? Unless if I stood there. If I was a red laser, how would I manifest myself? Okay. How far over can you get? If I put myself here, what would that do? Okay, so that would do that. Wait, I think I'm going to want... I mean, if I did this, and I said select that and that, and then that, okay, so that's great, because if I do this, well, you can't. Oh, yeah, because there's nothing on it. I'm not sure if I got to go back there and solve that puzzle that I saw back there. There's got to be a way to do this, though. Well, if I did this, and I pointed at that, it's still not going to help if I... Yeah, actually, I think I'm doing this wrong. Hold on. Let's put you there. Let's take you here. Put you there. You... I think we can do this. This and this. Put you there. Okay. Now, if I do this, that now leaves that open constantly. Now, if I say select that and that, that, it would work as soon as I do. And now everything is self-sustaining. And would you look at that?
The bridge ring seems to be fully charged now. Try accessing the tower, 1K.
Yeah, but we got one more map to do. There's a laboratory, there's a gate. I mean, we haven't even solved A yet. There's a gate thing and there's and a lost lab, and dude, there's like so much. I saw something over here. Yeah. Okay, so what's over here? Excuse me. Well, we got that opening that. One is a green, so we can get those two connectors. Not that we need that. That's where we want to get to eventually. Okay, so there is a red there. So if I take this... No, let's... Let's take you. There, now you're going to take the input from that and that. So keep to that and that. Oh, would you look at that? Okay, let's grab these, put them over there. Because clearly I cannot choose the wine in front of me. So we're getting green out of that right now. We also want blue. Wait, what am I doing? Sorry. Sorry. Well, we clearly need that. There wasn't anything else in there, was there? Nope, just making sure. Okay. So the blue... I think if we do this... Yeah, that still gives us green. But the problem is that these two are going to cross. That's not what we want. I don't know if you still need to use that or not. Well, we don't need to make the green there anymore. At least that way we're not getting in the way of that. But what if, hypothetically speaking, we did this? And we do something really stupid like that. And then we did something really dumb. Like that. Well, wait a minute. We don't... If we have the blue go all the way around, we could take that. Like I said, dumb. Yes. Take this, connect to that. There we go. This, 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 this. Okay. So we have the 2 lost puzzles, a lost lab, and 2 stars. Do you know where the lost lab is? Ooh, what's the question mark? What's the question mark? Okay, so first, let's do 8. Gotta remember, I think that was one thing I forgot when I played this the first time, is to look at the directions of where you're going. Okay, so 8 is this way. Eight is yonder. Oh, is that 8? Okay, okay. All right, let's get 8 done. Entanglement. Quantum? All right, so we need to get that color. Gee, if only we had a fan in a box. Oh, wait a minute. Why do we need... Oh, you need that to even get power to it. Okay. So we need green. We need a lot of green. Look like stairs for a second. And this gives us red. So we have blue here. Okay, so we need to get the block. Okay, let's do this. Doink. You... grab boxy box. Okay, so I think what we're going to want is we're going to want this. There wasn't anything else. Okay. So we need that to be green. And that just is there to... Let's do this. Let's... Wait. Yeah, this isn't quite what I want, but... Well, that's stupid. But maybe not. Okay, so now I can see that and that. So if I do this, this, that, and that. So now that would, but it's not going to be stable. Yeah, it just flies off. So I need to get the box in here by bringing that over there, keeping the connections, put the box down there, and that on that. Put that there, and then me stand on it. That should have it go up. I think that all made sense in my head. Keep the connections. Connect. Take this, put that over there, keep the connections, that. You go there, keep the connections, put you there, keep the connections, put you back there. Damn it. Oh, wait a minute. I could connect it to that because then it wouldn't need this anymore. Okay, okay. Keep. Connect. No. Keep. Connect. So one thing I need to do is keep. Select. Connect. Now, keep. Oh, and then I come on here. Perfect. Except now you don't need this anymore. Bingo.
One K solved all the puzzles in this area, but nothing happened. There was a brief blip in the system, though. Maybe it'll do something later. There has to be some sort of point.
Well, there's always a point. Okay, so... the gate, I think, is open now. That big golden gate, I think. If I can remember where it was. What's that? It's like a fox or something. Find an ancient human artifact. Yeah, I forgot about these. And it's impossible to reconstruct the purpose of this device. I would agree. I don't even know what it is. I think I already solved that one. Yep, that's the one I just did. Okay, so what we want to do is go over this way yonder. You're still scanning. Well, we can't do anything yet. I forget how these doors open. Look at the map. Yeah, we don't have the go puzzle, but there's 2 stars again. So let's follow this question mark. Where is the question mark taking us? Wait, did I? Oh, that down there. That's right. Okay. Yeah. I remember now. Founding. Patty's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 1, we finally set out from the dam today. The site that Athena and Cornelius picked. The city isn't far, but the vegetation makes the going difficult. We found a secondary supply easily enough, thanks to Alexander Drennan's instructions, but I still have to compile a detailed inventory. Seems that many of the more complex materials are in bad shape. They must have expected the simulation to fulfill its purpose a lot sooner. But then they probably expected all 12 of us to be there for day 1, not just Athena. So now we have to use the 2 recharging pods that we brought from the dam in 4-hour shifts. Just as well, there's no telling what sort of critters are hiding in the undergrowth, and most of them will have to learn that our kind is inedible. Are we there yet? Where we came from, where we're going? Sometimes people point to the last few 100,000 years of history and say, look at how ugly it all is. Look at what a mess we've made. Maybe modernity was a bad idea. Maybe we should stick to living like cavemen. And I get it. It is ugly and messy, but the mistake is thinking that where we are right now is the end point. That this is the adulthood of the human species. I mean, try to apply what you know about human development to human history. Think about babies. Babies are ugly, admit it. We all know it. They look like tiny little people covered in mucus. They have soft heads, and they grow into children. Tiny sociopaths with undeveloped brains, and then they become teenagers, pimply self-righteous lunatics driven by hormones. Ain't that the truth? And then slowly, if you're lucky, they gradually become adults. The development of the human individual is always ugly and messy, but that's the point. It's development towards something. The same applies to humanity as a whole. On a geological scale, we barely just come into existence. We've gotten through the baby phase, just about survived our childhood, but we're barely teenagers. Stopping here would be disastrous and a betrayal of everything that we could still become. We may feel the weight of history on our shoulders, but this is just a prologue. To put it in pop culture terms, we haven't even made it out of the tutorial yet. Just because it's all pimples and hormones and frustration right now doesn't mean it's never going to change. Considering the beginnings of endings. Think of all the time Athena spent in the dead city changed her. I don't think she had conceived of the goal before. I think she believed fully the naively optimistic ideas of Drennan. But walking through the ruins is a visceral experience. She spent a great deal of time looking for resources. Sheer amount of death that gets to me. How many animals our ancestors killed? Many to the point of extinction. Entire species eradicated, sometimes for the most superficial reasons. Whenever human beings arrived somewhere, death would follow. And then the great blowback, the deaths of billions of thinking beings, the extinction of humanity itself. It's too horrific to truly imagine, but I suspect the founder spent a great deal of time doing just that. That's where she must have realized that there was no way back to the growth-obsessed, all-consuming civilization of the past. All right. Did that do anything to our map? No, but there was a couple more questions. Wait. Let's solve the question. Who are we? What are we? Why are we? Oh, there's another one. Okay. Lives of First Companions. Lift Razier is perhaps the most mysterious of the first companions, a wanderer and a mystic by nature. He would venture far from New Jerusalem on his own, recording his thoughts as he explored harsh and distant lands. These recordings garnered him a group of devoted followers to whom he tried to impart his wisdom. 5358. In the troubled time following the founder's disappearance, Lift Razier and his disciples set out on a journey to reach the opposite end of the world by foot. They have not been heard from since. Maybe that's what the third game's about.
There is a pleasure in arriving on this island. The pleasure of being the first to step foot here in hundreds of years. It is a genuine pleasure, and yet it is also banal. My presence here is of no more significance than that of every other animal. These rocks do not care who walks here, and the millennia between the presence of our ancestors and my brief journey are nothing to them. But even putting it this way is wrong. It is not that the rocks do not care. It is that in some sense they do not exist. I may stand in awe of the cliffs on the southern coast, but the cliffs cannot look back at me with contempt. They cannot do anything at all.
So,
Interesting monument. Decorative for another puzzle.
if only we had green. Okay, so can we... Where is it from? Aha. So we're going to have to... Okay, we're going to have to turn this off. Keep connections. Select. Connect. Why? Well, we don't need you anymore. Gotta get everything in the game, gotta catch them all. Solve one Pandora monument.
When the first man picked up the first stone, he did not do so to forge a tool. He did so to smite his brother.
Did he now?
I think that was more like a recording. The entity didn't appear, and the system didn't react either.
Stars. Another reflection of the simulation.
Now, I think there was another star, if I remember right. It was over... there's the question. Faintly in the distance. See that? Right there. There's two, actually. Wait. What are you doing? You're just being an observant person. Oh, wait. Yeah, you, I think.
There's another one of those monuments.
Find my sprite and follow it until it leads you back to me. How do I find your sprite? Well, there was another question thing over here. Ah, here's a lab. Okay, I remember these now.
This is very similar to the structure where you found the schematics.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Very astute observation.
Check out the terminals. Maybe there's something that'll help us understand who built this place. They have to have left something behind.
Kilo year artification event. My God, this is a lot. Akkadian Empire forged in violence by Sargon the Great and his sons reigned supreme over the city-state of Old Sumer, rich by trade with distant lands, fed by the plentiful wheat fields of Mesopotamia. Empire bestrode the world with confidence and pride. Who could oppose the chosen of Anu and Enlil, the masters of the four corners of the world? Then the weather changed. The crops stopped growing. The trades collapsed. The empire fell. Its capital forgotten. The most likely culprit at the time of writing is the 4.2 kilo-year artification event, beginning of the Meghalian age, a non-anthropogenic drought that may have lasted almost 2 centuries, causing many of the earliest civilizations around the planet to collapse. This is where our ordinary understanding of time, measured on the small scale of human history, collides with the reality of deep time and our existence within a much bigger picture. We live on a changing planet and a changing universe. Climatic optimums are temporary. Extinction is the norm. Like the most Hegelian inhabitants of the Indus Valley civilization could not understand why the rivers dried out, rain stopped coming. Even if they could, they lacked the tools to do something about it. A few short millennia later, we're on the brink of having that understanding and those tools. What can we learn from the tragedies of the past? One such drought would be enough to wipe out New Jerusalem for good. From Blah, founder of work leaving the garden behind forever, 2 more whose bodies had been anointed by the progenitor. The gold disc breathed life into them, and their names were Astudius and Cornelius. Founder showed them all she had discovered. Together they explored the dead city and saw the ruin to which humankind had fallen. It was then that the founder understood that the sins of the past must not be repeated, and that only through humility could the future be saved. Aside from Cornelius and there was 10 whose bodies the progenitor had not anointed in due time. Now was upon the founder to complete this work and begin the resurrection. In this matter, Cornelius provided a great assistance. After many tribulations, the 10 were brought to life, and these 12 that were born after the founder are called the first companions. These are their names: Astudius, Cornelius, Aurora's sons, Sabrahi, Byron, Melampus, Yemo, Hypatia, Neum, Benaroya, and Liftrazia. 90% true and 10% false creates something that's 100% misleading. Ha ha. 0.3 successfully deployed. Better cooling system. 4 failed. What's this teaching me? You can use these to, like, go through objects? Is that what's happening? Yes, enter the tower, I know, but... Look! It's a data center. No wonder they went extinct. Is that all? Skyward seems like another mystery solved stars. Clearly inspired by simulation is gained by solving puzzles related to the monuments of Pandora, Prometheus, and the Sphinx. Perhaps these stars are somewhat related to what Yakut dubbed the astronomical temple. Maybe. So 1K found a recording of, and what I'm not recording. I think he's one of the first companions, but I don't actually know that much about him. Don't think I've ever seen him around either. Can someone explain? They're always at a unusual perspective. Even in the very beginning, he traveled a lot, sometimes leaving for years. Built kind of a mobile recharging station, so he didn't need to come back to the cities often. Although it's quite risky, as the solar panels had a tendency to break rather quickly. He had no problem taking risks if they felt they were necessary and exploration was necessary to him. Would record his thoughts as he explored and then publish them when he returned. Over the centuries, he accumulated a group of admirers, or disciples if you prefer. In the period of crisis surrounding Athena's disappearance, they left the city, headed into the unknown, and we haven't heard from them since. No, now as far as I can tell, perhaps something he decided to shelve or something he only share with his close friends like Athena. Thank you, that was informative. You're welcome. See, I'm actually kind of a nice guy, but what I wanted to look at is the map. So we found the lab. We still need to find one star. I don't think we can do the gold puzzles until we've done everything, if I remember. That's how the game works. Okay, so something about a sprite.
What can I do for you?
What do you think about that lab I found?
I think the only reason to build a lab in so remote a location is because you're trying to hide what you're doing. Or because what you're doing is dangerous.
What do you think about the megastructure?
I don't know. It's obviously impressive, but I think we should be very careful. We're dealing with powers we don't really understand.
What could these puzzles mean?
Well, puzzles, or trials, as Elohim calls them, were used as part of the process that created the Founder, and they're still part of how we're born. They symbolize the human ability to understand the world and solve problems. But nowadays, they don't have a practical application. They are a common motif in the arts, though. The only physically existing puzzles I can think of are in the Museum of the Simulation.
Yep.
So, to answer your question, no idea. Me? Well, I was born when New Jerusalem was a lot smaller than it is now, and there was a lot of work to do. I wasn't really interested in technical stuff, engineering and so on, but I was good at keeping things organized. So I got involved with the administration side of things, making sure the scavenging teams focused on the right materials, keeping track of our energy usage, that sort of thing. I think we've accomplished what the Founder wanted us to, and I'm proud that I helped make that happen. Byron doesn't see it that way, obviously, but I think sometimes he gets so lost in his dreams that he forgets to look at the real world.
You consider Byron a friend?
Of course. My best friend, in fact. And someone I've worked with hundreds of times over the centuries. A good person who cares about the world and the people in it. I just also think he's wrong about everything and extremely annoying.
I like that you can disagree and still be friends.
The Founder taught us that we must never lose track of other people's humanity, even if they disagree with us. We're all in this together, even if we can't always see eye to eye.
What does the goal mean to you?
To me, it means accepting a certain amount of humility. Our ancestors thought they could master the world with no regard for any other organisms. They failed to see themselves as part of a greater whole. I think the Founder realized where they went wrong and tried to offer us a different path. A path where we have a place in this world, but the world is not ours.
Okay, so the sprightly thing. Let's see. So that's a star, because that's, yeah. And that's the star from way over there. Okay, I'm going to do a couple quick things. Then we're going to do the gate to get into the tower. And then I'm going to try one or two other things. Because I don't know what he means by the sprite. I'm wondering if it's that ball thing that we saw before. If that, now if we go to it, would suddenly be sprightly, so to speak. Oh, what's this? Or pets. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay, so nothing this away. I'm sure there's an achievement if you find all the human artifacts. Again, that's not necessarily my goal. I want to know what this sprite is, but maybe we do have to go inside the structure to get the sprite. It could also be that ball thing. That now that you've seen this, it'll be like, oh yeah, you need to go get that and follow my thing. Find my sprite and follow until it leads you back to me. Well, I think it might be what I thought it was, but we have to go all the way over there to find it. So we're in that wooden area. And if not, then I might look that up later. Because you can go to other areas that you've already been to. You don't have to one and done it, and then you can never go back. So I want to go back into the forest here and see if I can find that sprite. If that's on it, we'll go look at the other side. If there's not over there, we'll do the tetromino Tetris puzzle. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, what's the point of this? I don't know. Okay, that's just standing there does nothing. Okay, fine, whatever. That's what leads us out of here. Oh, secret. I can hide in here and nobody'd ever find me. Just stand there for like 20,000 years. Like, here's the thing. Why would all this be built in the first place? I mean, it takes a lot of humans or humanoids to do all this, right? Oh God, what do you want to talk about?
Yes? It's big. It's too big. And it's
By the
got
way,
a
if you're
lot
new to
of
the
energy
channel, please
running through
subscribe.
it.
I would appreciate it, and give a like if
Frankly,
you wouldn't
I
mind.
think we should be pooping our robot pants. See, that's what I mean about the language libraries. Pooping our pants. Really? Yes, but I'm not liking the results. Confusing, irritating, infuriating. Take your pick. I did. It's interesting. The tech is a bit older, but it's been heavily modified to be more efficient. And it's not the kind of hack job you'd expect either. Whoever did this knew what they were doing.
Okay.
We could probably learn something from them. I guess it could be discarded New Jerusalem tech. The mayor may just throw away a bunch of stuff that was perfectly fine if you ask me. But I'm not sure. I'll check to see if I can find any serial numbers and I'll get back to you.
All right. I don't want to ask about the cat just yet. I want to get on her good side, so to speak. I remember back in my consulting days, there was a project I was on where there was a woman. She was head of the basically labor processing department or something like that. And people did not like to talk to her because they were like, oh, she's gruff. She's like, brr. I just took it as she didn't take shit from anybody. She just, you know, she wanted answers, even if they were like answers that weren't good, but you at least had something to say, hey, this is how we're going to address it. She like, I just kind of picked up that's what she wanted. And in meetings, there's this one guy that just, you know, he just go gnash teeth with her because, you know, I don't know. He was like typical guy. And she just would not take that from him. And there was a couple, then I just kind of sat there and listened. And there was a couple times where there was one meeting where she, didn't I just see like a statue here? Yeah, I thought this was like a statue. Nope, it's just oh, is that the sprite? Okay, maybe that's the sprite. And she was saying like, well, when is something going to get fixed? And is this working yet? And I just said, no, it's not, but we're working on it. And we should have a fix in a couple days or something like that. And she was like, okay. And we got the fix done in a couple days. And like the more I interact with her, I didn't try to joke with her. I didn't try to be mean with her. I was just, you know, direct and you know, said the truth. And a short while later, people were like, would you mind coming to these meetings with us with her? And I'm like, why? And they're like, because she likes you. And I was like, well, she probably likes me because I don't put up a smoke screen. I just say it the way it is, you know, and I'm not being mean to her or anybody else. I'm just like, this is what it is. Okay, so here's the sprite. Oh, that's right, we gotta follow it. Where are you going? Can I walk across the water here? Is it low enough? Am I gonna get electrocuted? I mean, I learned a lesson that it was good to trust my instinct at times. You know, don't necessarily dismiss it and be like, oh, it's, you know, question yourself, but also just state facts. Just state the way things are. You know, it's amazing how that people that thrive on bullshit and misspoken communicate, you know, and they don't speak well, and that's all. Wait, what did you want? Where are you going?
don't know if this is relevant, but St. Edwald believed that tetrominos represented the name of God and God's ability to reshape the world.
True, but he was also mad as a hatter.
One man's madness is another man's genius.
Like, you see all that building in the background, it's like, I want to go there, but you can't. I don't think, I've never figured out a way to do that. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. That little stream was pointing you that it's over there somewhere.
Things must be balanced. When good is weighed against evil, tip the scale.
You gotta keep that in mind next time if I gotta find sprites. That's what it means, is that he wants you to... Like, I want to go to those things back there. It looks so cool. It looks so interesting. There's got... Wait, no, we can do it. I'm getting so distracted by this game. Just admit that the team that developed this, I know I keep glazing this, but it's so good. It's such a good experience. Okay, maybe not. Let's go up a level. Maybe we have to go up a little higher. If we can't do it, we'll just keep going on the Tetromino Bridge and move forward. See, like, you see that, I'm like, I can get up there. There's got to be a way. There's so much that they designed. It's like, you got to be able to get into that stuff, and I've never been able to figure it out. That's just me, though. Whatever. Time to go across the bridge. I think we've done everything in this area. 8822. We can't do the gold puzzle, but we got the stars and we found the lost lab. Excellent. Okay. What's the best way to do it? I think it's this way. Wait a minute. That doesn't work. Doesn't work either. Oh, that's right. And you gotta... There you go. Okay. Forgot about that. Okay, that doesn't work. No, take. Look at that. Hey.
When I was booted up, I was terrible at the Tetromino arrangers.
Those are actually the only ones I was good at. What? I'm just saying.
I don't know how many, there's 8. Well, there's 8 slots here. I don't know if there's 8 slots in total. Come on. You make it so tempting. You put that little notch there, so you can't do it. Fine. So we're supposed to go anyway. Alright, up to the top.
Is that some kind of anti-gravity?
I'm not sure. Could be, I guess.
Whatever. Whatever. Anti-gravity, just, anti-gravity. Whoa, trippy.
In the beginning, the gods shaped humankind out of the clay of the earth and gave them life with their own breath. But who is closer to perfection? The creator or the created?
I guess I should pay attention to what they are saying.
Different words may be spoken with the same breath. When Prometheus saw that humankind was more alike in nature to the gods than to the animals, he stole the secret of fire from Olympus and shared it with the mortals. Was his theft justified?
Yeah.
Fire may belong to the child, but the child will still burn itself. Angered by the betrayal of Prometheus, Zeus punished humankind by creating Pandora. He gave her a box, and when she opened it, from inside escaped sorrow and suffering. All that remained within was hope. What does this mean? Those who seek hope should ask themselves why it was imprisoned with the world's evils.
Blah, blah, blah.
Creature of clay, you stand before the fire. Will it make you whole, or will it destroy you? Consider the shadows cast by the flame, but do not mistake them for truth.
Wow.
Guys, look at my stream. The beam 1K activated is connecting to the pyramid.
That looks like a massive amount of power.
Activate the tower.
We need to talk about what just happened. Thoughts?
I'd say there are two distinct issues here. What is the being 1K spoke to, and what is the function of the beam?
Let's start with the Sphinx.
It seems similar to the apparition in New Jerusalem. Presumably the same technology.
What I'd like to know is what we're dealing with, ontologically speaking. Was this a sentient being or some kind of recording?
A security system. All right, but what does it do? Keep everyone out? Keep the wrong people out?
And is it dangerous?
We're speculating with too little hard data. What's clear is that there's some sort of testing component to this place. You solve the puzzles, you get access to the towers, you enable a beam, and if you do it 3 times, you get access to the megastructure.
Maybe, but why?
I don't know. It's a mystery. Don't you like mysteries, Al? Everybody likes a good mystery.
You know what I like? Certainty.
I don't disagree, but I still think we should proceed. 1K, keep solving puzzles. The rest of you, as you were.
All right. So we meow, meow, puzzle Power, why am I stuck here? I literally cannot jump on this. Okay, fine. We go back down because we turned on big laser. Meow. All right. We have 1 of 12. You turn on, I think, 3. And so if you look at the map, there's 3 east, 3 south, 3 west, 3 north. You do each one in each area, and then you can get into the megastructure each time. I know, that's telling something, but that's just the way it is. All right, we move. Yes, we can't do the gold gate just yet. That will come eventually, before the game ends. But that will have to continue in the next stream, because I am done. I've been playing this for 2 hours and 12 minutes. So we have the first area done, and we will come back here to do all the gold gate doors eventually, but we have to do all the stuff first and then come back and do all of them. So anyway, 1 of 12 done. So this is probably going to take, if I keep going at the pace I'm going at, another 11 plus the megastructure stuff. I'm looking probably another 15 or 20 streams, which is fine. I don't care if I get a lot of people to watch this or not. It would be nice to have people come and, you know, talk about whatever, but this is fun. I'm glad I'm streaming this. This is such a great game. It's so enjoyable. There's a lot of story and structure and things to do, and it's just, it's fun.
We're done here for now. Let's head over to the next site.
We will, but that'll be next time. So I want to thank everybody who stopped by, either live in the future. Please subscribe to the channel, give it a like if you wouldn't mind. The next time I will be streaming will be Thursday, around 4 or 4:30 p.m. Central Time, probably around 4 as soon as I can, because I have karate that night. And if it's going to take 2 hours, I got to make sure I get done in time. So that is the plan for the next stream. But for now, I am done. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and I hope to see you in the future.